Ladies and gentlemen, every invention, every movement, every success story started in someone's imagination. That vision they saw when no one else believed was the seed that grew into reality. Your dream is the first step, the spark that lights the fire inside you. Without it, there is no direction, no drive, no reason to move forward. Dreams give you something to chase. Think about it. Airplanes, smartphones, skyscrapers, all of them were impossible until somebody dreamed them up. The world will call you crazy until your dream becomes useful. People laughed at dreamers before they applauded them. That's why your dream has to be strong enough to carry you through doubt and criticism. Your dream is the picture you keep in your mind when life gets hard. It's what makes you push through pain. Keep moving when you are tired and believe when nobody else does. Without a dream, you will settle for mediocrity. With a dream, you will find the courage to aim higher. The challenge is that many people kill their own dreams before the world does. They talk themselves out of what's possible because it feels too big. They shrink their vision to fit other people's opinions. But you can't allow your dream to be reduced just because someone else can't see it. Your dream has to be personal. It has to come from deep inside you, not from what others want for you. If it doesn't excite you, scare you, or make you want to leap out of bed, it's not big enough. Your dream should feel impossible right now. That's how you know it's real. Some of you are living without dreams because life beat you down. You stopped believing because of failures or rejection. But the truth is, your dream didn't die. You just buried it. It's still inside you, waiting to be revived. Dreams don't expire. They wait until you are ready to chase them again. The first step to success is not money, is not connections. It's not luck. The fire rest step is daring to dream. Daring to see yourself living on a higher level. Daring to believe that your life could be more than what it is right now. That's the blueprint starting point. A dream alone won't get you anywhere if you don't believe in it. Belief is the gas in the tank. It's what keeps you moving when the road is long and rough. You can have the most beautiful car in the world, but without fuel, it's useless. That's what happens to people who dream, but never believe. Belief changes the way you walk into a room. It changes the way you speak. It changes how people see you. Belief isn't arrogance, it's conviction. When you believe in something, your energy makes others curious. People may doubt your dream, but they can't ignore your belief. The truth is, belief is tested every day. When bills pile up, when people say no, when doors close in your face, belief is what keeps you from giving up. If your belief is weak, you will quit at the first sign of resistance. But if your belief is strong, you will push through every obstacle. Belief doesn't mean you know every step of the journey. It means you trust that somehow you will figure it out. Too many people think they need to know how before they start. But belief says, I don't know how yet, but I know I will. That's enough to get you moving. Belief also means believing in yourself. Because the truth is, nobody's going to clap for you in the beginning. Nobody's going to validate your dream at first. If you need constant approval, you will never achieve anything great. Your belief in yourself has to be louder than other people's doubt. Look at the people who made history. They didn't start with a fan club. They started with a belief that grew stronger the more others rejected them. Belief makes you unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you refuse to stop moving forward. So when you dream, don't just dream. Believe it's possible. Believe it's meant for you. Believe that even though the odds look impossible, you have what it takes to turn that dream into reality. Dreaming and believing are powerful, but without action, they are just ideas floating in your head. You can talk about success all you want, but talk doesn't move mountains. The action does. Success doesn't come to the thinkers or the wishes. It comes to the doers. Action separates dreamers from achievers. You can write down your goals, create vision boards, and talk about your plan. But until you take action, nothing changes. Dreams are free. Belief is free, but achievement has a price. That price is action, and most people aren't willing to pay it. The reason most people never achieve is that action is uncomfortable. Action means stepping into the unknown, trying something new, risking embarrassment, risking failure. But that's exactly why action works. Because so many people avoid it. It eliminates your competition. Small, consistent actions build momentum. You don't need to take giant leaps every day. Just move. Send the email, make the call, wake up earlier, write 1 page, practice 1 hour. Success isn't built on occasional sprints. It's built on daily steps. Those steps stack up until you look back and realize how far you have come. Action also builds confidence. The more you do, the more capable you feel. Confidence doesn't come from reading motivational quotes. It comes from doing the work and proving to yourself that you can. Each action you take makes belief stronger, and belief fuels even more action. People who achieve don't wait for the perfect time. They start before they are ready. They learn while moving. They fail forward. Waiting until you feel ready is the biggest lie holding you back. Readiness comes after action, not before it. So if you want to achieve, stop overthinking and start doing. Action is the bridge between your dream and your reality. Without it, you will be stuck imagining instead of living. Motivation feels good. It gets you fired up, makes you excited, and pushes you for a moment. But the truth is, motivation is temporary. It comes and goes, depending on your mood, your environment, or your circumstances. Some days you wake up motivated. Other days, you wake up drained. If your entire success plan depends on motivation, you will only work when you feel like it, and that's not enough to win. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline doesn't care if you are tired, upset, or unmotivated. Discipline is the decision to do what needs to be done, whether you are in the mood or not. It's the alarm clock going off at 5 a.m., and you get up anyway. It's going to the gym when your body says no. It's working on your goals after a long day when your mind says quit. Motivation will give you a head start, but discipline will take you across the finish line. Think about it. How many times have you felt motivated, made big plans, written them down, maybe even started strong only to quit 2 weeks later? That's what happens when you depend on motivation alone. Discipline is the consistency that keeps you locked in long after the initial excitement fades. The people you admire didn't get where they are because they were always motivated. They got there because they were disciplined. They trained when others rested. They worked when others partied. They studied when others wasted time. Discipline creates habits, and habits create results. Success is not about one good day. It's about stringing together hundreds of days of discipline until results show. Discipline also builds character. It forces you to grow beyond comfort. When you push yourself to stay consistent, even when it's hard, you are building a stronger version of yourself. Discipline rewires your mind to stop chasing instant gratification and start valuing long-term rewards. It teaches you that real progress doesn't come in a rush. It comes in steady, intentional effort. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack discipline. They get distracted. They get lazy. They let comfort win. But discipline is a shield against distraction. It says, no matter how I feel, I'm committed. It's not glamorous, not exciting, but it works. Discipline doesn't give you hype. It gives you results. Motivation makes you dream, but discipline makes you wake up and do the work. Motivation gives you energy, but discipline gives you consistency. Motivation gets you started, but discipline makes sure you never stop. Success and comfort don't live in the same neighborhood. If you want to climb to a higher level, you are going to have to let go of something. Sacrifice is the price tag on every achievement. It might be sleep, it might be time, it might be fun, but something has to be traded if you want to go where others can't. The average person wants the reward without paying the cost. But that's why average stays average. Look at anybody who made it to the top. They didn't get there because they had more talent. They got there because they were willing to give up what most people wouldn't. Athletes sacrifice their bodies and social lives. Entrepreneurs sacrifice stability and comfort. Students sacrifice late nights for knowledge. Every level of success requires you to put something down so you can pick something greater up. Sacrifice isn't glamorous. It doesn't look good on social media. It's you saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It's you, man. Sing parties, turning off the TV, cutting out distractions, and putting your energy into the grind. People will call you boring, obsessed, even crazy. But the same people laughing will be the ones clapping when they see what your sacrifice built. The truth is, sacrifice feels unfair in the moment. While others are enjoying life, you are grinding in silence. While others are comfortable, you are uncomfortable. But sacrifice is delayed gratification. It's choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. You don't sacrifice because it feels good. You sacrifice because the reward waiting at the end is worth it. Sacrifice also exposes how serious you are about your dream. Talk is cheap, but sacrifice proves commitment. If you are not willing to give up comfort for your goals, you don't really want them. The dreamers who stay dreamers are the ones who never made the exchange. But the ones who achieve are the ones who kept paying and sacrifice until the vision became real. The average person tries to juggle it all. They want to succeed but still hold on to every comfort. But you can't chase success with both hands full. Something has to be dropped. It might mean waking up earlier, staying up later, spending less, working harder, or cutting out people who drain your energy. Sacrifice doesn't come in one big moment. It comes in daily decisions. The difference between the successful and the average isn't luck. It isn't talent. It isn't connections. It's a sacrifice. It's the willingness to give up good so you can reach great. It's the choice to suffer now so you can shine later. Failure is one of the most misunderstood parts of success. Most people treat it like a stop sign, when in reality it's a lesson plan. The reason so many people give up is because they think failing means they aren't good enough, when the truth is failing means you are in the game. The only P who never fail are the ones who never try, and those people never succeed either. Every time you fail, you gain information. You find out what doesn't work, what needs to change, and where you need to grow. Failure is feedback, not finality. It's like a mirror showing you the gaps you need to fix before you move forward. The average person runs from failure, but the successful lean into it because they understand it's shaping them. Think about the people who created breakthroughs, inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders. Their stories are filled with failure after. The difference is, they didn't treat those failures as endings. They treated them as building blocks. Every mistake taught them something that brought them one step closer to the breakthrough. Failure also humbles you. It strips away arrogance and teaches resilience. You might think you are ready, but failure will test if you really are. It will knock you down to see if you have the strength to get back up. And each time you rise again, you come back stronger, wiser, and sharper than before. That's why failure is not destruction. It's construction. The fear of failure is what stops most people before they even start. They imagine the embarrassment, the judgment, the what if it doesn't work. But what they don't realize is that every failure moves you closer to success. The real danger isn't failing. The real danger is never trying. Fear will paralyze you, but failure will prepare you. Failure also builds endurance. If success came easily, you wouldn't value it. Failure forces you to stretch, to adapt, to keep pushing even when things look impossible. It conditions you to survive setbacks. And that's important because success isn't permanent either. Life will always test you. Learning how to handle failure is learning how to handle life. When you start seeing failure as a teacher instead of an enemy, your entire mindset changes. You stop being afraid of mistakes and start searching for lessons. You stop taking it personally and start taking it seriously. You realize that every failure is just part of the process of becoming who you were meant to be. You can have the biggest dream in the world, but if you stay in the wrong environment, it will suffocate. Just like a seed won't grow in dry soil, your potential won't grow in a place that doesn't feed it. Your environment is either watering your dream or poisoning, and too many people underestimate just how much influence it has. Look at the people around you. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they inspiring you or draining you? You can't expect to rise if everyone in your circle is comfortable staying on the ground. If your environment is filled with negativity, doubt, and small-minded thinking, you will eventually absorb it without realizing. Your environment isn't just the people, it's also the atmosphere you create for yourself. The music you listen to, the shows you watch, the conversations you entertain, all of it shapes your mindset. If all you are feeding yourself is junk, don't be surprised when your results are average.
Growth requires you to be intentional about what you allow into your space. Sometimes changing your environment means leaving people behind, and that's not easy. You might outgrow friends you have known for years. You might realize family doesn't always understand your vision. It hurts, but you can't sacrifice your destiny to keep everyone comfortable. You can love people without allowing them to limit you. The truth is, winners hang around winners. If you want to elevate, you have to get around people who think bigger, move differently, and challenge you to level up. When you are around people who expect more of themselves, you will naturally expect more of yourself. That's why proximity to the right energy matters. Your environment also dictates your habits. If you are around lazy people, laziness becomes normal. If you are around grinders, productivity becomes the standard. Habits are contagious, and your environment is where they are picked up. That's why success is rarely achieved in isolation. It's built in the right surroundings. When you protect your environment, you protect your future. When you create a space that feeds your mind, fuels your energy, and supports your growth, you are setting yourself up to reach the heights you were designed for. Talent can open the door, but consistency is what keeps you in the room. You have seen it before. People with incredible gifts, who never went anywhere because they only showed up when they felt like it. Talent without consistency is wasted potential. It's like a candle that burns bright for a moment, and then flickers out because there's no fuel to keep it going. Consistency doesn't mean being perfect. It means being committed. It means showing up even when you are tired, even when life is chaotic, even when progress feels slow. Success isn't about what you can do once. It's about what you can keep doing over and over again. A little progress every day compounds into something massive over time. People often think consistency is boring, but boring is what builds greatness. Practicing your craft daily, working on your goals steadily, stacking small wins repeatedly. That's where transformation happens. The reason consistency beats talent is that talent can make you good, but consistency makes you unstoppable. Consistency also builds discipline. The more you repeat an action, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, what once felt like effort becomes second nature. You no longer need motivation to do it, because it's part of who you are. That's how consistent people outlast talented people. They turn success into a lifestyle instead of a moment. Another truth about consistency is that it builds trust. People will respect talent, but they rely on consistency. Whether it's in business, sports, or relationships, people want to know they can count on you. You can be the most talented person in the room, but if you are unreliable, nobody takes you seriously. Consistency earns credibility. Consistency is also the antidote to failure. When you are consistent, a bad day doesn't define you. A mistake doesn't end you. One failure doesn't cancel out your progress, because you know you are going to keep showing up tomorrow. Consistency protects you from quitting after setbacks, because it keeps you moving forward regardless. At the end of the day, talent is a gift, but consistency is a choice. You can't control how much talent you were born with, but you can control how often you show up, how hard you work, and how committed you remain. That's why consistency will always outshine raw talent in the long run. Time is the one thing you will never get back once it's gone. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But when time slips through your fingers, it is gone forever. That's why you have to look at every hour, every minute, every second, as if it's an investment. The way you spend it determines what kind of life you will live. If you treat like it's worthless, your future will reflect that. If you treat it like it's priceless, you will build a life that shows. Think about how people spend money carefully. They budget, they save, they invest. Yet when it comes to time, they waste it on meaningless distractions, gossip, endless scrolling, or being around people who drain them. The truth is, time is more valuable than money. You can be broke and rebuild, but you can never rewind the clock. Every wasted hour is a piece of your destiny you will never touch again. Every successful person you admire knows the value of time. They wake up early, not because they love mornings, but because they refuse to let the day slip away without purpose. They guard their schedule like it's gold, cutting out what doesn't serve their goals. They understand that saying yes to one thing is automatically saying no to something else. If you don't control your time, someone else will. You can measure a person's future by how they use their time today. If you are consistent in small productive actions every day, your life will compound into success. But if you waste your days procrastinating, doubting yourself, or making excuses, that time debt will catch up to you. Time doesn't pause for you to figure it out. It keeps moving whether you are ready or not. Time is also the great equalizer. Everyone, no matter how rich, poor, talented, or unskilled, gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is in how they use it. Some people treat time like a treasure, others treat it like trash. That's why some rise to greatness while others stay stuck where they are. It's not about what you have. It's about what you do with the time you have been given. You have to learn to protect your time from thieves, distractions, toxic relationships, laziness, and fear. They are all robbers of destiny. They take from you, without you realizing, and before you know it, weeks, months, even years have been stolen. Every time you give your energy to what doesn't matter, you are paying a heavy price with your most valuable currency. When you start valuing time, your mindset shifts completely. You begin to wake up with urgency, knowing the clock is ticking on your dreams. You start to choose your company carefully, your habits wisely, and your goals seriously. You stop letting temporary pleasures destroy permanent opportunities. You finally realize that time isn't so a thing you spend, it's something you invest, and the return on that investment will define your entire life. Talent is a gift, but it's only the starting point. You can be the most talented person in the room, but if you don't put in the work, nobody will ever see what you are capable of. Hard work is what polishes raw talent into something undeniable. It's what turns natural ability into a force that can't be ignored. Without discipline and effort, talent stays hidden, wasted, and forgotten. Think about athletes. Some are naturally fast, strong, or gifted, but the ones who dominate are the ones who spend hours practicing, training, and pushing themselves beyond their comfort zones. Hard work sharpens talent, the way fire sharpens steel. It's not enough to be good. You have to be relentless in your pursuit of becoming great. Talent may open the door, but hard work is what keeps you inside the room. Hard work also reveals character. Anyone can shine when things come easy, but true strength is shown in the grind, in the hours nobody is watching, in the sacrifices nobody talks about. That's where talent truly becomes powerful, when it's backed by consistency, sweat, and a determination that doesn't quit. Without that, talent fades away, while the hard worker keeps rising. Every industry, every field, every dream has countless talented people who gave up because they didn't want to put in the effort. Talent without work is wasted potential, but hard work makes even small gifts grow into something extraordinary. It's the person who refuses to stop practicing, learning, and improving, who eventually shines brighter than the rest. Hard work makes talent noticeable. You can have the best voice, the sharpest mind, or the quickest reflexes, but if you don't put yourself through the grind, people will never see it. Hard work creates opportunities for talent to show. It builds moments, credibility, and respect that talent alone could never achieve. When hard work and talent meet, that's when greatness is born. It's not just about being naturally gifted. It's about taking that gift and pushing it to its absolute limits. Hard work is the fuel that sets talent on fire. It makes your skills undeniable, your results unshakable, and your presence unforgettable. The people who rise to the top are rarely the most talented. They are the ones who worked so hard that their talent couldn't help but shine. They didn't rely on what they were born with. They developed it, molded it, and fought for it daily. Hard work doesn't just make talent visible, it makes it unstoppable. Faith is what keeps you moving when reason tells you to stop. There are moments in life when everything around you says this won't work. You are not ready, or you are asking too much. Logic gives you limits, boundaries, and rules. Faith ignores those boundaries and says, I'm going anyway. It's the invisible force that propels you beyond what you can see or understand. Logic can be discouraging, because it only works with what's known. It measures possibilities by facts, statistics, and past experience. Faith doesn't need proof. Faith thrives in uncertainty. It allows you to take the leap when there's no bridge, to climb the mountain when the path is unclear, and to chase your dream when the odds are stacked against you. Faith also fuels perseverance. When you face rejection, failure, or criticism, logic says quit, but faith whispers keep going. Faith is the reason people rise from bankruptcy, loss, or disappointment to build empires. It gives you strength when your resources are gone and courage when your confidence is shaken. Without faith, most breakthroughs would never happen. Faith requires trust in yourself and in the process. You may not know exactly how you will reach your destination, but faith allows you to move forward anyway. It's built giving that even when the road looks impossible, something unseen is working in your favor. Faith bridges the gap between your effort and the results you hope for. Faith also ignites creativity. When logic limits you to what's possible, faith pushes you to imagine what hasn't been done. It allows you to dream beyond your environment, your education, or your past. Faith creates solutions that reason cannot conceive, because it's not constrained by reality. It's guided by belief in the impossible. Sometimes faith means taking risks that make no sense to anyone else. It's stepping out of comfort, leaving stability, and moving toward an uncertain future. Most people call it foolish. The successful call it necessary. Faith doesn't guarantee outcomes, but it guarantees that you will move forward with purpose and courage, even when fear is screaming no. Faith gives you the energy to fight when logic says it's over. It keeps your vision alive when reason would have abandoned it. Faith is the unseen engine, driving people past barriers, past doubts, and past limitations that would have stopped others. Pressure is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Just like coal becomes a diamond under intense heat and pressure, human potential reveals itself under stress and challenge. If life were easy, no one would grow. Pressure forces you to dig deeper, push harder, and discover strengths you didn't know you had. It's the invisible hand, shaping greatness inside you. When pressure hits, most people panic. They shrink, quit, or make excuses. But diamonds aren't formed in calm conditions. They are born in extreme conditions. The same applies to people. Pressure isn't the enemy, it's the test. It separates those who are willing to rise from those who settle for average. Pressure also develops resilience. Every challenge, every setback, every unexpected twist is an opportunity to strengthen your mind, sharpen your focus, and increase your capacity. Life isn't designed to break you, it's designed to build you. Pressure molds you into someone capable of handling more than you ever imagined. Think about the moments that changed your life. They were probably stressful, uncomfortable, and frightening. Those were the moments you grew. Pressure forces you to think creatively, act decisively, and take responsibility. It eliminates weakness and exposes determination. Diamonds can't be formed without friction, and neither can champions. Pressure gives clarity about who you are and what you want. When the weight is on your shoulders, distractions fall away, and priorities become clear. You realize what matters, what you are willing to fight for, and what you refuse to tolerate. The pressure of life is like a magnifying glass, focusing your energy on what truly counts. It also inspires action. When things get tough, you can either crumble or rise. Pressure demands response. It forces you to stop complaining and start executing. Those who use pressure as motivation accelerate faster, learn quicker, and adapt stronger than those who avoid. Pressure transforms potential into power. It refines character, strengthens will, and prepares you for levels of success that comfort could never provide. The weight that feels unbearable today is the very thing that will make you unstoppable tomorrow. Everything in life begins in the mind. The way you think determines the way you act, the choices you make, and ultimately how high you rise. Your mindset is the control center for your destiny. If your mind is limited, your life will be limited. If your mind is expansive, your possibilities become endless. The altitude you reach starts with what you allow yourself to believe. A positive mindset creates momentum. When you focus on opportunities instead of obstacles, your energy shifts and doors that once seemed closed begin to open. People with a growth mindset see challenges as lessons, not threats. They understand that how they perceive a situation determines how they respond, and that response dictates the outcome. Limiting beliefs are the biggest barrier to reaching your potential. I can't. I'm not ready. I'll never make it. These phrases keep people grounded when they were meant to soar. Your mindset either lifts you or changes you down. Changing your thoughts is the first step toward changing your life. Mindset also affects your resilience. When setbacks occur, a strong mindset keeps you moving forward. It helps you see failure as temporary, not permanent. It allows you to adapt, adjust, and continue climbing instead of staying stuck. Altitude isn't just about reaching success. It's about bouncing back higher every time you fall. The company you keep also influences your mindset. Surround yourself with people who think small and your thinking will shrink. Surround yourself with people who dream big and your mindset will expand. Your environment shapes your thoughts and your thoughts shape your actions and your actions shape your destiny.